engagement should be in inquiring about real purpose of life and rendering devotional service to the Lord. Thus, we will be eternally blessed in our spiritual activities, full of knowledge and bliss. Regulated human civilization promotes dharma, artha, kama, and moksha. In human society, there must be religion. Without religion, human society is only animal society. Economic development and sense gratification must be based on this principle. Religion development are just death, old age and disease is assured. In the present age of Kali, however, there is no question of religion and liberation. Taken into and gratification. Activity, economic development, gratification are times favored when he destroys Hare Dhana. Told Maharaj his favor is shown to his devotee when he takes up all the deeds or devotee tries to be benevolent and at the same time desires to supreme his service. God in know him a special why he is so economic and maintenance. The feet of the Lord. This kind of also that warm arm. Lord essence maintenance in which standing in the course of our preaching work sometimes senses to saintly persons or the Supreme Lord and give something in charity for preaching work with a view that they will be rewarded with further economic development. However, when one is sincere in his devotional service, the Lord obliges the devotee to give up his material development and completely surrender unto him. Because the Lord does not give blessings of material opulences to his devotee, people are afraid of worshipping Lord Vishnu because they see that the Vaishnavas who are worshippers of Lord Vishnu are poor in superficial material opulences. Such materialistic persons, however, get immense opportunity for economic development by worshipping Lord Shiva, for Lord Shiva is the husband of Goddess Durga. the proprietor of this universe. By the grace of Lord Shiva, a devotee gets the opportunity to be blessed by the goddess Durga. Ravana, for example, was a great worshipper of the devotee of Lord Shiva, and in return he got blessings of goddess Durga. So much whole kingdom. By studying such incidents, we can understand the full meanings of Isa Vidvam Sita Sisam. The Lord does not bestow material blessings upon the devotees, for they may be entrapped again in this material world by continuous birth, death, old age, and disease. Due to materialistic opulences, persons like Ravana become puffed up for sense gratification. Ravana even dared kidnap Sita. Ravana even dared kidnap Sita, who was both the wife of Lord Ramachandra and the goddess of fortune, thinking that he would be able to enjoy the pleasure potency of the Lord. But actually, by such action, Ravana becomes Vidvamsita or ruined. At the present moment, human civilization is too much attached to economic development and sense gratification and is therefore beginning the path of ruination. Om Tat. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Chakshurmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Nangyayate Giri Yat Kipatamaham Bande Sri Guru Dinatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Chaitanyam The other subjections by law of death. In this verse is mentioned, we accept as blessings of different states of life, higher life, distinguishing them from the lower status of life. But we should know that such distinctions exist only in relation to the interchange of modes of material nature. Actually, these states of life have no permanent existence, for all of them will be destroyed by the Supreme Controller. Reading Bhagavad Gita in the ninth chapter is different for all the from me. That free the doubt and delusion coming by studying that philosophy. We see that how is called he is Vedas. The knowledge is coming Veda Veda Tasminam Apunam Krishna is all comes from always Vedic. See that scripture be free from concepts. We realize that we are body, the soul. We are the servant of Lord. This is the studying, understand philosophy. And this mention that the biggest problem is thinking I'm so say like thinking thinking I'm human being, I'm the cat. So much condition that, that thinking in the body is so much in, but that certification goal of now the same whole kingdom being also. So human being, the sense gratification is actually facilitated through dharma. Into the sastra, dharma, when come cycle of birth and death. So this is how in human life sense gratification is designed. Because uh, there is a difference between human being and animal. 84 lakh species is there. So many living entities we see around there, different forms of life. Uh, in all the forms, we see that this ahar, nidra, bhay, maitun is common. Only in human life we can understand that we are not the body. In human form of life only we have this opportunity to understand we are not the body. We are we are soul, and we can try to get out of this material entanglement only in human form of life. 84 lakh species we go through, different species, different planetary systems, even different universes we go through constantly. Only when we get a human form of life, actually we have opportunity that we can understand that we are not the body, we are soul. And it is therefore it is very responsible position, very responsible position. uh, if we miss this opportunity, then we cannot assure that when we'll get back again the human form of life, and in that human form of life whether we will get an opportunity to understand this. Because it is said 84 lakh species is there, and that 4 lakh human form of life is there. In that 4 human life, all the human life is there. So many travel stages, so they have opportunity consciousness. We will see many regions are different kinds of concept. Krishna is saying in Bhagavad Gita, Manusyanam sahasresu kaschid yatati siddhaye yatatam api siddhanam kaschid ma veti tattvata. Out of thousands of human beings, hardly some tries to understand me. And out of all those thousands who are trying to understand, hardly one knows me as I am. So you see, this is real Six Sigma. Out of 10 lakh or millions of people, one person actually will get an opportunity to understand Krishna. It's a very rare opportunity. So with that, therefore, when we get the human form of life, we should not waste it just for indriya tripti, sense gratification. Because in this human form of life, we can do better. We can uh, practice Krishna consciousness, and we can go back to God. We can solve our problem. What is the real problem of life? Real problem of life is uh, not hunger, not malnutrition, or all so-called material problems. They are not real problems. The real problems is characterized by three things. That nobody wants it, but it happens to everybody, and no one can avoid it. The real problem is nobody wants those problems, but nobody is able to avoid, and it happens to everybody. What are these problems? How can we understand? This birth. Nobody wants the birth. Very painful process. When mother gives the birth to child, she suffers so much labor pain, and then 100,000 times more the child suffers actually. Nobody notices the suffering of child because it is not seen. No, but it's described in Srimad Bhagavatam is so much suffering inside the womb that moment to moment the soul, the child inside, fetus inside, when it's already taken the shape and consciousness, becomes unconscious. So much suffering. Type that if mother eats something very pungent, very hot, then all gastrics is formed inside, and that gives so much suffering that hits the uh, tender body of the child. Goes through so much of suffering. Uh, then insects inside the womb, their insects will bite. All the tender skin they will bite. So much constantly goes through so much of suffering is described that moment to moment it becomes unconscious and again get the consciousness and again such something happens. And inside the womb he will pray to the Lord, to my Lord, uh, somehow or other I have been put into this situation. When I come out, I will surely try to delusion. Maya is so that everything and that I am so and so. So the real problem of life is first is birth. So much suffering is there. Nobody can deny this. Therefore, we see that as soon as child is taken birth, he cries. So then second problem is described death. That is also very painful. This pain of description is compared with like 40,000 scorpions like all together bites. How much pain will be there? Similarly, person experiences pain when he is giving up this body. The body is so dear to us that we feel so much great separation, so much difficulty when we are dying, so much painful. Then it describes old age. Old age, no need to describe. We see all our parents, old people. We see that they all give at one time their own family members praying that better than now because to disease also no one comes to it. But the old age is a real person and gets the same of life out by missing some what is the real intelligence by understand that real problem but their disease and it tries to permanent this. People are so much after sense get uh, certificate best place to live, uh, best place to roam. So facilities getting how facility all these things will as soon as the body become a engineer in this. Next, we may be born as crow. With any advancement, we become a very engineer life. So we see material is taken away from time. Learn and what will everything again. So, who have little into this, get this temporary benefit which will take in time of that. So, in form of life, and we have bestowed with our intelligence, rational thinking, we will see. Oh, now we should try to solve this problem: birth, death, old age, and disease. Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadhi, Dukkha, Dosano, Darsana. Krishna is telling that they are the real suffering. So, to try to find the solution for this Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadhi. That is the meaning of intelligent person. Not that he is just trying to uh, so much busy from morning to night to make money. People become so much busy to make money, but uh, actually even they are not able to even enjoy that money. This becomes so much uh, uh, this, this is the whole thing. Not able to have gratification. It's just trying to do as much that wealth creating giving more trouble. So much income tax on the thief. Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Maharani ki jai, Sai Gaur Sundar ki jai. Create so much of fear. The intelligence understand the uh, uh, thing is the best we can do is practice Krishna consciousness. When we practice Krishna consciousness, actually it's not that we don't enjoy. Uh, while practicing bhakti, we try to give pleasure to Krishna. This is the secret of bhakti. Whenever we are trying to do devotional service, we are trying. Our goal is to please Krishna. And when as soon as Krishna is pleased, Yasmin Tuste Jagat Tuste, whole universe actually gets satisfied. This is given, the analogy is given like we take the water and what in the plant we pour it. When it goes everywhere, all gets nourishment. All the plant gets nourishment, reaches all the parts of the plant. Or we take food and feed to the stomach. Then no need to separately actually feed all the parts of the body. It will distribute it. All energies will be distributed to all the parts. So similarly, when Krishna is satisfied, in return we will see that automatically we become very satisfied. And uh, when we are serving Krishna, actually we become free from this propensity uh, for sense gratification. The sense gratification is actually the desire for sense gratification is described as a material disease, bhaurog, material disease. Because of this material disease only we are existing, or material existence is there. Different types of sense gratification, desires for different types of sense gratification. And these are all born with different, our association with different modes of material nature. Sattva guna, rajo guna, tamo guna. The different modes of material nature we are interacting, and then according to that we are getting desire, and we are getting different bodies to fulfill those desires. So when we are serving Lord in different ways, Prahlad Maharaj is telling that uh, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smarnam, Pada Sevanam, Archanam, Bandham, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atma Nivedanam. There are different 9 Vidha Bhakti. Hearing about or glorifying Supreme Personality of Godhead, remembering Lord Vishnu, or uh, trying to offer archana, prayer, serve the Lord in so many different ways. When we are trying to serve the Lord, in return, what happens to us is we become free from this material desires, the desires for sense gratification, and we develop the taste to serve the Lord, to satisfy, to please the Lord. And we see that as soon as we become free from this material desires, we stop our material existence. That is actually cause for our material existence. When we serve the Lord and we experience the spiritual happiness, which is far, far more than any material experience, then we automatically give up the lower taste. You see that Prabhupada was preaching in Western world, and the initial followers were hippies, and they were all taking different kinds of, and they the drug is all Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare Rama, Rama Hare. We engage ourselves, find more soft, higher than the medical certification. Material certificate is very small, and also class you see material sense gratification will be very soon it will be lost. But the spiritual experience, what we are destined for as a spirit soul. Our nature is Satchidananda. We are eternally knowledge, and some of our material as here in the world is said, and we can wait 3 hours at particular time. Lord Chaitanya, Lord Krishna has appeared and Lord Chaitanya and inaugurated this Harinam Sankirtan. Just by participating in this Harinam Sankirtan, coming together and glorifying, chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. Magically, we can cleanse all material desires very, very quickly within this short life, and we can go back to God. This is special, very special, exclusive blessings, mercy of Lord, and we should all take it up and not waste our time in simply pondering on some opportunities for sense gratification for ourselves or for people who are connected with us. Instead of that, we can live simple life, simple self